This morning, just jumping onto Twitter, tweeting this, quoting Mr. Trump. Funny that Jeb, ! Didn't want help from his family in his failed campaign and didn't even want to use his last name. Then mommy, now brother. That already happening this morning, folks. Matt Schlapp is a former political director for George W. Bush's 2004 campaign, now chairman of the American Conservative Union. Matt Lewis is a CNN political commentator and senior contributor for the Daily Caller. So to the Matts this morning, good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning. Matt Schlapp, to you first. I mean, listen, with all of this going on, this has been going on for a while, obviously between Trump and Jeb Bush, and now the doubling down from Mr. Trump, not just on Twitter, you know, over the weekend, the debate, the Sunday shows. What does Bush 43 say today on the trail?
I think what Bush 43 on the trail needs to get across is that the #1 issue in the minds of Republican voters is security, and that includes national security. And alluding to the fact that under the Bush presidency, terrorists were held at bay is an incredibly important message, because President Obama has done so much to destroy those policies. This is a real legitimate policy conversation that Jeb Bush ought to grab by the reins and really talk about.
But Matt Lewis, does he take Trump on directly?
Well, look, first let me say I think that this is a smart move. There's a maxim in politics that says if you're going to get the downside of something, the negative side of something, you ought to at least get the benefit. And so Jeb Bush can't run away from the Bush name, so he might as well own it. He might as well embrace it. He might as well bring out his brother, who's incredibly popular there in South Carolina. I don't know if George W. Bush lowers himself to name Donald Trump by name, but I can guarantee you he's going to push back at Trumpism.
Just in case some of the people missed it over the weekend at the debate, this back and forth between Trump and Jeb Bush, it got nasty. It got nasty among a lot of them, but particular between these two. Here's a piece in case you missed it.
George Bush made a mistake. We can make mistakes, but that one was a beauty. We should have never been in Iraq. They lied. Okay. They said there were weapons of mass destruction. There were none, and they knew there were none.
I could care less about the insults that Donald Trump gives to me. It's blood sport for him. He enjoys it, and I'm glad he's happy about it. But I am sick and tired of him going after my family. While Donald Trump was building a reality TV show, my brother was building a security apparatus to keep us safe, and I'm proud of what he did.
Matt Schlapp, I'm just curious, your perspective. You know, yes, Trump has gone over after his 90-year-old mother, Barbara Bush, who was out capacity crowds in New Hampshire, and now his brother. Was Jeb Bush forceful enough there, in your opinion, on stage?
Yeah, I think he was definitely forceful. I think he won this exchange. I don't think Republican primary voters believe that George W. Bush lied about the Iraq War, or Colin Powell, or any of these other people, including our allies in England and other places. But, you know, I think he was forceful, and I agree with Matt. I think this is a good move. It was smart to bring Barbara Bush out in New Hampshire and her appeal to independence. It's smart to bring George W. Bush out to South Carolina. I am so glad to see George W. Bush back on the campaign trail. I wish he'd do a lot more of it. But he's very popular in South Carolina, and it will help him highlight these questions of national security.
He is popular. It was a huge primary for George W. Bush in 2000. I'm wondering, Matt Lewis, how this could have a negative impact on Donald Trump in South Carolina. But at the same time, I mean, he's got huge numbers. Will it?
Yeah. Well, here's the interesting thing. I don't think this is about beating Donald Trump. I think this is about boxing out Marco Rubio. Huh. I think that Jeb Bush will probably come in second or third place in South Carolina. I think Donald Trump wins the state, but I think the whole thing is about boxing out Rubio. And now, you remember Rubio came in, he sort of won the establishment lane in Iowa, coming in third place. Kasich bests him, coming in second in New Hampshire. And now I think he's going to be boxed out by Jeb Bush. The establishment lane will not be able to coalesce, and I think Jeb Bush will declare victory if he comes in third place.
The Rubio aide said it would be a bloodbath, and we shall see come this weekend. Matt Schlapp, Matt Lewis.